There's still a minute, but it has started, so you're okay. I still be giving them.
Good, good.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
I have to find out if they still have the jars for those toppings, because he works as a preserves and things behind them. And he donated.
He's on that.
But he wants his mason
Big
jars.
can.
We have the big cans. But he already had the big cans, so I was like, I have these for you.
Okay, well, I think we're ready to start. I want to welcome everyone. We have a full house. It's nice to see everyone here. So we'll get started. You've all had a chance, hopefully, to review the last month's minutes. If there's any questions or comments, otherwise, we entertain a motion to accept those minutes.
I move that we accept the minutes.
We have a motion to accept. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? None? Okay, thank you. Okay, Larry, we want to start with any unfinished business?
No unfinished business.
No? Okay, we'll go right to new business.
The K-21 grant, I just wanted to provide you with an update on the Community Skate Park project at Richardson Memorial Park. We've successfully secured a major grant with the K-21 Health Foundation for $275,000 towards the project.
Wow.
Significant investment in the project, and really reflects the strong community support in K-21. So, in addition, we've got the $40,000 from the DECO and the $19,984.33 from the Kosciuszko County Foundation. So we've secured $334,984.33 for the project. So, feeling good about it. So we can make it
Good
happen.
job.
Yeah.
Good job. That's not easy. That's a lot of money.
Very good. Go on.
So then,
Thanks, Larry.
thank you, Joe. Thanks for the opportunity.
Man,
So we've officially contracted the American Ramp Company for the construction of the new skate park. The Board of Works approved that the last Board of Works, the agreement for the development and of a full concrete facility. That construction cost is $465,000. Over the next few weeks, we'll be with the project stakeholders, holding construction meetings, finalizing key details, including the site preparation, the construction scheduling, and just the overall project timeline. So we're all excited, they're excited. The weather's a little wet right now, so it is what it is. But I think we're talking June, July, probably to start on that. But there's some things that we need to get done beforehand. So after those construction meetings, we'll have a better timeline to provide you.
Larry, does that area over there, I mean, I know all my life that's been an area that retains water really significantly, but they've done work over there, so I don't know what it's like now.
So the wetlands, all the water goes to the wetlands now, and of course,
back.
on the backside of it, or in the pond area there, where the phragmites were, the tall things. that
Right,
were.
right.
So, of course, it was a salt ball diamond. 10 years ago, we built that up from the clay, sandy clay from when Martin's was built. 10 years ago, we trucked all that over there to raise that up to make it a practice football field. Even with the substantial rains that we've seen this month, we have not seen it near the surface where we're gonna put this. It stayed in the wetland area and the drains, so I think we're good.
Yeah, so just real quick, I know this isn't a small project, so great job on that, Larry. Like all the grants and everything it takes, and then also the K-21 and Kosciuszko Community Foundation for seeing the need in our community and pouring back into our community. It's great to have people like that. You said it starts in June or July potentially. How long does that project take?
They recommend between 8 and 12 weeks. So, we're still looking possibly September, October, finish date this year. And we're gonna have to, in the construction meetings, we're gonna have to, timeline it with them for us to do some electrical work, for the street department to do some asphalting work and things like that. So, once I know all those details, I'll share.
Still pretty quick, 8 to 12 weeks. That's
Yeah.
moving.
The soil samples,
We did some geotech, had that done. Of course, there's peat when you go down below 10 feet. So we're looking at possibly having to do a GeoGrid system, which is what we did under the basketball courts. But they're on board with that, and we'll be able to move forward. So, any other questions?
Anyone?
Okay, I've had a lot of conversation when we started first talking about this in 2019 about Liz Frazier. As you all know, the site where the skate park is being constructed was a softball field, and it was dedicated to Liz Frazier. Liz Frazier Field. In preparing for this project, I took some time to learn about Liz. I found out that she was a dedicated athlete who played basketball, volleyball, and softball. Was very good at softball, travel teams, all-star teams, and deeply loved by the community. Unfortunately, leukemia took Liz's life far too soon at the age of 18. About a week and a half ago, I had the opportunity to meet with Liz's sister, Nancy, who still lives in the original house that they grew up in behind the old Pima Point. And I stopped and had a conversation with her, and I shared the desire to memorialize Liz as part of the transition. I provided Nancy with several possible opportunities or ideas for a plaque that we would put at the site. And I told her it was important that the wording reflect how her family wishes to remember Liz and the legacy of Frazier Field. Nancy and I will come together on this. She's already gotten back with me a couple of times. She was deeply moved by us going there to ask about that. So it was the right thing to do, and I want the community to know that it was never my intent to bury Liz Frazier Field. I want that legacy to live on and on and on, and it's going to happen. We're going to make that happen. So I just wanted to let the board know that and the public know that we're going to have something there for this. And we'd like to do, when we do the ribbon cutting for the skate park, we'd also like to unveil that plaque as well. So it'll be a good thing. Wow. Yeah. So as long as the board's okay with me pursuing that, I will.
Any comments, questions? No, I think it's a wonderful thing that you reached out to the family, and they're very receptive to that idea.
Yeah, and I know you said we, but you were the one that did that, so thank you for continuing that, yeah.
Right, thank you.
Anyone? Sean, you're up.
I'm up. All right, campgrounds is officially open and it's filling up pretty rapidly. Currently, we're waiting for the lake levels to go down. They've raised our piers off of the post out there, and we're waiting for the lake levels to go down so we can reset those again correct. So right now, they don't have any pier slips open for the campers, but I was just out that way today, and it's going down pretty quickly. So I'm hoping by the end of this week we'll be able to do something out there to get that right, assuming the rain holds out. Yeah. Park restrooms and shelters are all open and ready for the season. And we're also ready to start the picnic table and saltwater table deliveries. Highland Park restrooms are functional now. Everything's complete on that. Timmons came and poured the sidewalk around the exterior of the building. The gates were just installed today. The fencing's all wrapped up there as well. Now on our end, we gotta go in and we have to do some grade work around it, to get the drainage correct and make it safe and reseed it there. Also, we just had the parking lot, resurfaced, seal coated today. Yesterday. We came to that yesterday, so it's all looking pretty new and fresh over there. We've repainted and rearranged all of our storage sheds in our back 40 by Pike Lake area. What was happening is the area they were sitting in was sinking and it was holding water real bad and it was starting to rot the boards, the floorboards and everything. So, luckily, thanks to the street department, we have a surplus of millings from the road projects that they've done. So we were able to spread those out, out of the low area, lift it, and actually rearrange them so they're fairly organized and looking good back there. We ran a water line out at Kelly Park to supply water for the slip and slide event.
Yeah, thanks.
And we've also did that to make it easier set 2 new light bases out at Kelly Park for, over winter, we lost a couple security lights when the pole fell down. It was just an old pole that had rotted and when a windstorm came through and knocked it over. So, we decided to dress it up a little bit. We're gonna put a couple new ornamental lights out there by the playground, so they can light up the swing area and also the playground area. Cast a little bit towards the shelter too. Other than that, we're trying to keep up with mowing everywhere that's not flooded. And we're a little behind just because we weren't able to get on some areas, so we're waiting for them to dry out. We're gonna catch up. And that's about all I have.
That may not happen this week.
May or may not. I mean, it looks like it's getting ready to rain again, so.
It certainly does. So, okay, thank you. Any questions for Sean? Okay, go right into our recreation report.
Okay, so since our last meeting, we've been really busy. On March 18th, we had a senior paint class, and we had that completely filled with 25 participants. On April 1st, we had our concert announcements. So Great White is going to be coming for the Rockin' for Riley concert on June 19th. And then our country concert for St. Jude will be the Frontmen, and that is on July 17th. We've had a lot of good feedback about both of those. I know I was in a meeting today and everyone's like, can I have tickets to the country concert? They said, good job, because that band's hard to get. So I'm very thankful that we were able to get both of those. And then on April 8th, we had Mark's Ark Animal Show. We had a little over 350 participants come to that. They just kept coming in. We will have another one of those in the fall, but we're going to move it to the amphitheater as long as the weather is good, and hopefully it is, because I think we could have probably had more than 350 to 400 even. And then on April 9th, we had our chocolate classes again. We had 32 participants, so every spot was filled, and they're still begging for more classes, and then it turned out great. April 10th, we had our ceramics and popcorn with 38 participants. That turned out really well. April 14th, we had Imagination Station with 63 participants. And then moving into next week, April 28th, we have Superhero with just a couple seats left. On May 1st, we have the Mom Sun Dance. We have 41 tickets sold, but we're still selling tickets through the end of this week, so we're hoping to get a few more participants for that. On May 15th, we have a porch sign class that is halfway full. That same night, Lene and I will be at Third Friday handing out flyers and having just some interactive things at our booth to get people, aware of what we're going to be doing this summer and into the fall. And then on May 19th, we have another Imagination Station. So we still have a lot of things coming up before summer. So.
Yeah,
It's good to
the
be busy.
participation is just amazing.
Yeah. Everything is filling up completely full, except for the dances. Those numbers are down a little bit, but everyone that's coming to those, they're still giving us really positive feedback, that it's a great night, they're playing well, and they have a great time, so.
She asked me about more chocolate classes, and I said, well, who doesn't like chocolate? That's why they're always wanting it.
Yeah, I told Lene, I said, we need to probably throw one of those in for the 4th of July. Add, some red, white, and blue or something in there, so you might have one of those coming up too, that I announced. So, but that's all I have.
Very nice, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Larry?
Other matters, Lene Thomas was our May Employee of the Month. Her great attitude and willingness to help. We had, Suzanne was out for a while, and she jumped in, helped out, kept up with her own job responsibilities, and just was a true team player. So congratulations to Lene Thomas this month, or last month, for Employee of the Month. So the other thing I have is Rotary contacted me today, and they would like to ask the board for permission to put a sign up that says Future Dog sign that leads people to the donation part of it to try to raise funds. They're trying every avenue they can to raise those funds, and I told them I'd bring it to the board, and I myself don't have a problem with it. We will actually install it if it's approved. That way we know we've got locates and everything, but make sure it's in the right spot. But just another way to try to fundraise for Rotary is what I see it as. But I'd like the board's decision on that, yes, that's good.
Shannon, are you involved with that?
I'm a Kiwanian. However, I am supportive of the dog park, and, so, I mean, I would make a motion that we approve the sign. I think that it's, I know that the QR codes make it really easy for people to scan, learn what it's about, and donate, so I think it's a good idea.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second for the sign for the dog park?
I second the motion.
And we have a second. Any questions or comments?
It is in a little bit of a strange place in the fact that, you know, when I keep telling people where it is, they aren't visualizing it, so, I think a sign will be very helpful.
Sure.
And if they can get people to donate money because of the sign, more power to them.
And I think as those apartments fill up and stuff, and people are more over there, the construction goes away, and it's,
Yes.
hopefully people will become more aware.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Then the next thing I have on that is our next, we were asked for our next park board meeting to have it at 5:30 instead of 5:15. There is a conflict in here, so we need to push it back 15 minutes, and I will send out reminders, or have Suzanne send out reminders to everybody before our next meeting, but it will be at 5:30 as opposed to 5:15.
Thanks. Everyone okay with that? Okay.
So, other than that, that's what I have. Thank the board.
Any questions, comments?
I just wanna say, like, when I was made to be a board member, I did not have young children. And I have a 2 and 3-year-old, and we've been out to the parks every time. Clean, beautiful. The kids love, I can let them run freely because there's no danger of anything, any sort. So I just wanna say thank you all for
Takes it.
really, really enjoy it. Just love them. We are very fortunate.
Yes.
And I think we talked about the skate park. I'm amazed how quickly this has come together. I know it's, of course, we have the money situation, but it's again, it took the community to come together, as Ryan said. And I wouldn't have guessed it would have happened that quickly. I know we've got a ways to go, but boy, it's coming together
Yeah,
real fast.
it's exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Mayor, do you have any?
No, just
Comments?
I concur a variety of fronts. I just greatly appreciate the efforts by the park department, Larry's leadership, and then this board. Make the city of Warsaw a great place to live, work, and play. And you're a big part of that. Thank you.
Went by the campground too, and they were knocking the doors down to get in.
I've only been out there a couple times, it's actually been pretty nice.
Good.
Yeah.
It's been pretty flawless.
It's pretty full already.
That's one other thing I could mention. We met with the new city engineer,
Yeah.
Kyle, yesterday, and ERI, an engineering firm out of Fort Wayne, about the campground expansion. So we've had a preliminary meeting about that, so we're hoping to get some direction as far as scope and design, so I'll keep you updated on that as well. So, but we did touch base and start the process.
Good, very good. I'm sure any additional sites would be utilized.
They would be, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, any other comments, questions? Okay. None, we'll have a motion to adjourn.
I motion we adjourn.
We have a motion, thank you, and a second,
A second.
and a second, all in favor?